Welcome to the Supercast. I'm your host, Superintendent Anthony Godfrey. This is a Jordan School District podcast designed to educate, inform, and hopefully entertain you. If it's anything that's important to parents, students, teachers, or anything related to education, it's something we hope to feature on the Supercast. Today I'm going for a haircut. Probably nothing special about that, unless you know I'm going to the JATC South, which is the Jordan Academy for Technology and Careers. They have some amazing programs there, and one of them is a barbering and hair design program. So it gets kids a head start on a career in cutting hair, and they mostly work on mannequin heads. But today, the hair that needed a little help was mine. So I headed down there, and Senior Josue helped me, and he was just the man for the job. Hi, I'm Dr. Godfrey.
I'm Josue.
You're Josue?
Yeah.
All right, I guess I could have read that on your shirt. Josue.
Yeah.
And so you're going to give me a haircut today. So you're finishing your hours so you can get a license to be a barber.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Is barber the right term?
Yeah.
Okay, barber. Do you want to hear my 8th grade geometry teacher's haircut joke that I still remember from 8th grade? Okay. Ask me if I want a haircut.
Would you like a haircut?
No, I'd like them all cut. Okay, yeah, it's not that funny.
Okay.
It's not that funny. So I do really just like a trim. I don't want it too short.
I'm Dacia Peterson. I'm the hair design and barbering instructor. Do clipper overcome just a little bit for your taper on the side. We were just talking about his plan of that he's trimming. He will taper a little bit, clipper over comb, and then use his shears to finish the haircut.
What are some of the crazier names for haircuts that you teach? Like, what's the most exotic sounding or
The
exciting sounding?
Pompadour has been really popular recently. What else? Some of the high fades, or a ball fade or a skin fade.
See, the fade is popular, and I feel like my hair is fading on its own, and that's not very popular with me.
No, I
So,
don't think that's the fade that we're talking about.
okay, so when you say fade, I hear something different
You've
from
got the reverse fade.
Yeah, that is true. Will you cut hair while you're going to school?
Yeah. After this summer, in the fall, I'm going to go to Slate for 2 years.
Yeah.
And then go to the U to get my bachelor's degree.
Great.
Because one day I just want to have my own barbershop. So
Great.
I want to have my own business, pretty much.
So do you want to get a degree in business so that you can run your own barbershop?
Yeah.
That's great.
So right now I'm going to do the taper in the back of your head with clipper over comb.
Thanks, Josue. Great job. That may be the best haircut I've ever had.
Of course, you're welcome. I enjoy doing it.
So it's a great way to get started into a career, to work your way through high school or work your way through college, make a living. It's a license. They do have a license to go out and cut hair and color and work in a salon when they're done with their hair design program.
Savannah, I'm Anthony Godfrey. Nice to meet you. So tell me about who we have here.
Well,
Is this mannequin named?
Not yet. I was trying to think of like a fancy French name for them because I named them based off their hairstyles.
Oh.
But I haven't thought of one for this one yet.
Oh, okay. So you named them. What is the hairstyle that you're giving her?
Right now, I'm giving this guy a square layered haircut.
A square layered haircut.
Yeah, so everything's just directed straight back.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is the name of that? Just square layered?
Yep.
Squared?
Yeah, sure. It's a square.
It's a squared
layered.
it's a squared haircut. Okay. And his name is
I was gonna go for something like Fabio.
Fabio?
Yeah.
I was thinking Jean-Pierre, but I can go with
I
Fabio.
like that one better. We'll do that
Jean-Pierre
one.
with a hyphen.
Yes.
Jean-Pierre.
Yes.
Okay. And is Jean-Pierre's beard gathered at the bottom because you have big plans for that, or just to get it out of the way?
I just had to get it out of the way.
Okay.
And later we're gonna do some fun stuff with this.
Oh.
We have a whole board of different weird beards you can do. The beard wall is over there. They have like an
wall.
octopus.
You have a beard
and,
wall.
Like, this is the octopus right there.
The octopus.
Uh-huh. And then there's the long boat.
I don't know that I've ever seen the long boat.
Yeah, some of these I don't think I've ever seen anyone wear, but there's Jack Sparrow right there too.
The Ho Chi Minh?
Uh-huh.
That's a city, right?
I think it was a person.
It's a person and a city. I think you're right.
I'm not quite sure.
That's a very cosmopolitan goatee. Designer stubble.
That's
like the
designer
Hollywood,
stubble.
but shorter.
Wow.
So
it's a
yeah,
shorter
it's
Hollywood,
it's
designer
another
stubble.
yeah, it's another one of the popular ones that I would see a lot more people wear.
Would I look more like Brad Pitt if I had the designer stubble?
Probably.
All right, I'm back in studio with my hair looking fantastic, and I'm here now with the director of CTE, that's Jason Skidmore. And I've asked Jason just to give us a little bit of an overview of the program, but tell us a little bit about yourself first, Jason.
Hey, Superintendent. Thanks for having me in today. And can I just say your hair really does look amazing. They did a great job. So I'm glad you're able to stop by there.
Thank you. That's not a compliment I get very often. And yours, Jason, if I may say, looks incredible.
Well, I did stop down there the other day, and they were needing to do something with a razor, and so my head was perfect for that. So and I'm happy to say I left without any scars. So
Jason, we all have our role to play. We all have our role to play. So that's awesome. Well, I was really impressed with the program. Your teacher is awesome. The kids obviously are really engaged in that. But that's just one of the programs that's available there, right?
Right. Yeah. The Jordan Academy is the South Campus that you were at was designed to house many of the programs that we couldn't fit inside our traditional high schools, as you're aware. The barbering program is one of the gems of that center. Many of the school districts across the state have kind of gone away from traditional education in career fields like cosmetology, barbering, nail technicians, even diesel or welding. There's a great need for those, but the training has been difficult to find, qualified instructors to do that. And so we're fortunate to have some great instructors that help get our kids through that program.
It's a nice facility, too. At the JATC South, what are some of the other programs that are available?
So at the South Campus, we have Fire Science, Introduction to Firefighting is basically that program. We work with the Unified Fire Authority, and they train all of our students, introduce them to the field of fire. We've got EMT. They also do that same, and students can walk out with a combination with a fire science training as well as an EMT, which qualifies them to work for any of the fire authorities or ambulance crews here across the state.
And both of those programs have a fairly military approach to the way they run things. There's a lot demanded of students, and I think that's what draws kids to the program. They know they're going to get a lot out of it.
It does. It's rigorous, not just mentally, physically. They've got to put a lot of time and effort and training into that. So you've hit it right on, a very militant-like structure to that program.
Great. Tell us what else is down there.
Same with the criminal justice program.
Okay.
Students can get an introduction to law enforcement. They work closely with the prison and other security facilities across the region. We have a web design. We have a game design program that's housed at that campus. I mentioned the nail technician. There's the welding technology. And so students can get a head up and as well as get certification before they walk out the door so they can walk into any kind of welding facility. We also have available to students teacher education program. So students that are interested in going into education as their career, as you know, we have a shortage of teachers, and that's something that Jordan District has taken on and has had that program for many years. So,
well, it's a great place, great programs, great people providing that opportunity for students who can really come out ready to work, whether they choose to do that profession long term or whether it gets them through the next phase of their schooling and training. It's a really great step up to the next level. And when we come back from our break, we're going to learn a little bit more about some of those individual programs and how you, as members of the public, can interact with those programs. But first, we'll take a little break. Join us again in just a moment.
In Jordan School District, the possibilities are endless for anyone looking to grow with a team of professionals working together to provide the very best for students in education. If you're looking for a great job with great pay and benefits in a supportive environment, head to workatjordan.org and find your future career. In Jordan School District, people come for the job and stay for the adventure. Explore the many options. Apply today at workatjordan.org.
All right, and we're back. Jason Skidmore, the CTE Director for Jordan District, is going to tell us a little bit more about some of the programs at JATC South. Tell us a little bit about the Nail Tech program.
Our students who start in that program, they learn not only the basics of nail care, they understand how color, they understand the chemicals that are used, and so they have to run a very safe environment and in order for, as the clients come in and out of that center, as well as they prepare for their future. So as part of that, there are various competitions that students can attend, and we've been fortunate. We've got a fabulous instructor, and she's prepares all of our students, and over the last few years we've had 2 or 3 students who have continued to climb to the top across the state, and actually competed at the national convention competition in this last summer. And so always excited when students can not only show off their skills in the classroom, but when they can take them outside. And that's one of the value of any CT program, is it's not just in the classroom. It's what they can do in the community, it's what they can do in the career field, but it's also what they can take into their personal life and develop their own interest and their own maybe entrepreneurial spirit to create their own business.
So if there's a parent out there who thinks, hey, I would love my son or daughter to be involved, or I know my son or daughter would be interested, what's the best way for them to approach that? Are there open houses? How can they find out more about the program?
There's an open house that we hold annually every year, but probably the best thing to do would be to contact the school. You can go to jordantech.org, and that'll give you the basic information to get you to the contact numbers to individuals. They can call the center directly,
okay.
801-412-1300. That will get them in touch with the front office, and that will start them on their path. We have a counselor full-time there that they can talk through what's going to be best for the students and what's for their, and they can create a plan that'll work for those kids.
I would say to anyone out there listening who has the slightest interest in programs of this type, I would suggest that you reach out and find out more about it, because these programs are amazing. I've taken my son to try to get him, he's now graduated, but I tried to get him hooked into one of those programs just because I love them so much. I think that there's so much to offer kids. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a long-term thing. Now, there are some services that are available to members of the public who want to come in, have nails done, have their hair done. The EMT services are not available on a walk-in basis.
No.
Or the fire services or welding. You can't come in and I guess you could probably bring a job in at some point and say, hey, I need some welding done.
Yeah, on occasion we do have the public that come in there. The one that we didn't mention that would also provide a service is the greenhouse.
Okay. That's right. Tell us about the greenhouse.
Yeah, so
I am the angel of death when it comes to plants.
Well, this
I
is
look
the
at
place
them and they wither.
This is the place you need to be and spend some
Okay.
time. So, we do have a 10,000 square foot greenhouse there, and right now they're in the beginnings of kind of preparing for the upcoming season. So next spring, we do sell not only houseplants and annuals, or perennials, but we also sell garden vegetables. So the community can come in and purchase as they prepare for their garden. And if you'd like some help, we can probably set you up with somebody to help you, superintendent, to make sure that your thumbs can be a bit more green.
I should get a consult in the spring. I think my family would really appreciate that. So if someone wants to get an inexpensive haircut, have their nails done at a very affordable and reasonable price, get some great plants for a great price at the greenhouse, they just visit that same website.
Visit the same website,
jordantech.org. jordantech.org.
And that will get them to the right people, and they'll get information on what hours are available for what services and what time of the year. So
You can support students and get a great product for a low price.
yes.
Okay.
And I would say one last thing. If you've got a student that you think likes to work with their hands, they're just maybe that's where you kind of see their inclination, check out any of these programs. It may or may not be for them, but if you don't look at it, you'll never know. So
Great thought. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back for our version of Two Truths and a Lie with Jason Skidmore, our CTE Director. Thanks for being with us.
thanks.
Hello, my name's Stephen Hall. I'm director of the Jordan Education Foundation. Have you ever experienced what it's like to surprise a teacher in the classroom with school supplies, books, or a classroom grant? Have you seen students all smiles because you care enough to give them a backpack, a winter coat, weekend food packs, or a free holiday shopping spree? It's something we see all the time because it is exactly what Jordan Education Foundation does. The foundation exists due to the generosity of people who care about kids. If you would like to be a part of supporting students and teachers in the classroom, contact Jordan Education Foundation and start making a difference today. You can find us at jordaneducationfoundation.org.
And we're back with Jordan School District's CTE Director, Jason Skidmore. And we've been closing out the podcast with Two Truths and a Lie with the superintendent. It's your chance to lie to the superintendent. You know how the game goes. You tell me two truths and one lie, and I have to figure out which is which. Do you need some time, or are you ready?
I'm always ready to lie to the superintendent.
You know,
isn't that what everybody says? So.
That's why we call him Stone Cold Skidmore, because he is just all right. I'm as ready as I'm going to be going up against you. Let's hear it.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay,
hit me.
All right.
That's a lie.
I'm
just kidding. Okay.
So I spent a week at the Marine Corps training base in Camp Pendleton, where I survived the first week.
You survived the first
week.
Okay.
I've laid on the back of a C-130 refueling tanker during a refueling mission.
Okay. Laid in the back?
Well, you have to lay down to control the. That's how they refuel those. You don't just stand up and refuel it.
Okay.
You got to know that.
Fair enough.
And I've was a passenger in the back of an F-16 that landed at Hill Air Force Base.
Wow. This is our Veterans Day edition of the Supercast, apparently. Let me think here, Mr. Skidmore. Or should I say Corporal Skidmore? I'm going to say that you have never landed at Hill Air Force Base.
You are correct.
All right. You did a week in Marine training camp?
Yes, I did.
Well, you
As
only
an
did
educator.
a week, so I can
As an
say, how did that go?
As an educator.
Okay, so you were kind of a.
It was a recruiting training where they wanted us to see what it looked like to be a Marine recruit for 1 week, and
I'm
I
envious of that
survived
experience.
that,
I am envious of that experience. I think that's really cool.
I have a great passion for anybody who goes and serves in the Marines. That's a tough training. So
did you have to climb the high
Climb
walls
the
with the rope
walls,
and all that?
The whole introduction into
Holy
the
cow.
yellow footprints. If you know that drill, that's
What's the yellow footprints?
It's the day they arrive, and they basically strip everything off, backpack, not clothes, but they basically take them out, cut their hair, put them on the yellow footprints, and that's when the yelling begins, and it does not stop for weeks. I mean, it's a mental break. It's a place where they mentally try to break you down.
And then they bring you back, and
you arrive at 4 a.m. in the morning. You're tired, and you just it's chaos.
That's fantastic.
It's
That's
chaos.
Great. All I know is the montages in various movies I've watched where the new grunt is climbing up and falls face first in the mud, and someone steps on them, and
It's all
they
there.
just shake their head because they'll never make it, and then they rise above and triumph eventually.
Yes.
And well done, sir. You've had a wide breadth of experience, and but I
That's what
guess you're not
CTE
as
is
good a
all
liar
about.
as you thought you were. Well.
I've lost
Well-
my name stone cold. So.
Thank you very much to Director Jason Skidmore. Remember, go to jordantech.org for more information. Thanks for joining us on the Supercast, and remember, education is the most important thing you'll do today. We'll see you out there.